think it's kind of exciting that you have a brand new asset class.
Well, there's been a compromise, and so you know it's a true compromise because both sides left a little bit unhappy. And so on this stablecoin rewards issue in particular, we met the asks of the bank lobby and the Senate, and they said they don't want to have any rewards paid on idle balances. And so we came up with this compromise or concession that rewards could be paid as long as there was some sort of material activity on the account, like a payment or a trade that had taken place. And I've got to give a lot of credit to Senators also Brooks and Tillis and their staff who worked tirelessly on this to bring both sides together and reach this compromise. I think it's in the best place that we've seen so far, and the other issues that I brought up in January have also been resolved. And so at this point, we're ready to.
So you're expecting the markup Thursday?
That's correct.
That is the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, talking about the market structure bill, aka the Clarity Act. It's been a long time coming. Will we see it actually get through this time? Who knows? It wouldn't surprise me either way. You all know what I've been saying since October. And by the way, if you're new here, I'm the Digital Asset Guy, your host. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here is Brian Armstrong earlier today when he also said this.
Hey everyone, Brian Armstrong here. I'm back in
If it'll play.
DC in anticipation of crypto market structure legislation going to markup on Thursday, which would be a historic moment, and the energy here is just palpable. So first off, just want to say a big thank you to the Senate and of course their staff who have been putting in countless hours to get this bill to a good place. I don't think it's ever been in a more strong position and more bipartisan position. And I also want to thank the 3.7 million Stand With Crypto advocates who have made their voices heard to get this legislation to where it is today. Now, there were a number of open issues that have now made incredible progress. Stablecoin rewards was a big one. You know, I think there was a healthy compromise there, brokered by Senators Tillis and also Brooks. And you know it was a good compromise because both sides left a little bit unhappy, but at least we got to a place that we can all live with. And then, of course, the other issues, which I
got to a place that we can all live with. I don't think I've heard anything like that yet about the Clarity Act, so that's got me thinking maybe this thing's about to go.
Mentioned in my X post back in January that were problematic in the prior draft, things like DeFi and tokenized equities and CFTC authority, these have all been improved and fixed from our point of view. And so the bill is stronger than ever. It's bipartisan. It's ready to go to markup, and I'm incredibly bullish on what this could mean for American innovation and ordinary Americans benefiting from this technology. So we'll keep you updated and keep fighting the good fight. Thanks.
Very interesting. When I heard that this morning, 9:22, it was somewhere around then.
Hey everyone.
When I first heard it, I kind of thought, okay, here we go. Are we going to just, keep dangling this thing? But this video was a little different than all the ones I've seen in the past. So it's got me a little optimistic, although it would not surprise me if it still didn't go through and it was a disaster and we had the news lock on and say, see, this industry, this is why you don't do crypto, because we don't know how to regulate it, and it's just not good. It wouldn't surprise me to see us crash and burn like that and then it go through in August or something, but they're talking pretty optimistic. Here is iTrust Capital, the digital asset guy's favorite place to buy, sell, and yes, hold cryptocurrencies and precious metals like gold and silver in an IRA, a Roth, traditional, or SEP, or not in an IRA, in a premium custody account where it's just a regular taxable account, but you get premium custody and security, institutional grade security, for only a 1% trading fee. I believe it's a 1% trading fee on all different kinds of accounts. This is their new treasury account where you can have it for an LLC or business. So click on the link below and get $100 free if you use my link. If we look at the market today, Bitcoin came down a little bit. Let's see if we look at the 24-hour. We were about we were over 81,000. Then we came all the way down to 78.7, and then now we're kind of in the middle at 79. If we look at it on the month, we're pretty much just going sideways. On the year, pretty much sideways. Wouldn't surprise me to see us come back down to the bottom of this range. As I often say, I am no blockchain backer, but I have been here a while. And when you've been through some of these bear markets, you kind of have more of an idea of how these things work. Not saying it's always going to be like the last bear market, but look at this bear market right here. That's pretty, that was a tough one. But then this bear market from 2018 all the way to 2021, this was the worst bear market where a lot of people gave up. It was like, it seemed like it was like 4 years in itself, that one. But anyway, I think we have some more work to do. If the Clarity Act were to pass, I imagine it would be a huge buy the rumor, sell the news. I think we'll probably crash when it passes or the next day, like we always do. So here's another very exciting piece of the puzzle. The U.S. Senate has advanced pro-crypto Kevin Warsh appointment as President Trump's chairman of the Federal Reserve. Is this thing on?
On this vote, the yeas are 49, the nays are 44, and the motion is agreed to. The clerk will report the nomination.
Federal Reserve System, Kevin Warsh of Florida, to be a member of the Board of Governors.
There you have it. And listen to his words in this video from the Block Trainer. Listen to him talking about Bitcoin.
You made reference to Bitcoin, and I thought I heard a little bit of condescension that people are buying Bitcoin and these things.
But doesn't it, Charlie Munger, this is 2 or 3 years before.
I love how he's calling him out on this all the time. I'll have people speak condescendingly about crypto, or they'll laugh when someone says crypto, and I do call him out on it. I say, somebody will laugh. I'll say, is something funny about that? And then they'll say, oh, well, it's not real money. You can't take it seriously. And, sometimes I like to give people a dose of reality. I'd say, well, it's went from $0 to $4 trillion in 15 years. No other asset class in any of our lifetimes have done that. So I don't see why you'd make fun of that. But okay, sometimes I just can't. It's just so absurd, the ignorance. But anyway, listen to him giving this guy a dose of reality.
Bitcoin and these things.
But doesn't it, Charlie Munger, this is 2 or 3 years before he died, Charlie Munger attacked Bitcoin. He called it evil, in part because it would begin to undermine the Fed's ability to manage the economy.
It's evil because it's not controlled by the government.
Or it could provide market discipline. Or it could tell the world that things need to be fixed.
Bitcoin does not make you nervous.
Bitcoin does not make me nervous. I can hearken back to
the Fed makes us nervous.
To a dinner I had here in 2011 with someone who is another guest on your show. I won't say his name. I just did Mark Andreessen, who showed me the white paper. That was the original white paper. I wish I had understood as clearly as he did how transformative Bitcoin and this new technology would be.
So you can listen to the rest, but so the white paper of Bitcoin, I agree, is the theory was great and would have been great for everyone, but Bitcoin's not really fulfilling its actual white paper to be digital cash. So for that reason, I slightly, have different feelings about this. You all know that I own Bitcoin. I think that it will be around, but for utility and use case, XRP is where it's at for payments, what it says in the Bitcoin white paper that it's not doing. We even have Bitcoin's biggest champions like Michael Saylor, Cathie Wood. They are calling it a store of value. But for actual utilities and digital cash, what the Bitcoin white paper originally said it was going to be for, XRP is the solution in that case. In my opinion, change my mind. Put it in the comments below if you disagree. and I'd love to have a discussion about it. But anyway, very interesting how we have a pro crypto and Bitcoin chair of the Fed. I think a lot of these dominoes are falling about the right time. Remember, I said clarity would not be passed in the depths of the bear market, and now we're coming out of it. So it's interesting. Oh, so this is Jack the Rippler who posted this video. Jack the Rippler borrowed, or you could say stole, my video. I made this short of Larry Fink. Folks, I don't know if it was him or not, but to me and James Rule, it really looked like him at XRP Vegas. And he came in right as Brad Garlinghouse was speaking on the main stage. And him and his lady just hung out in the back and were like whispering all this stuff, and then kind of disappeared. I think left, but James Rule was like, "Doesn't that look like Larry Fink, man?" I said, "Yeah, man, it looks an awful lot like him." I don't know. So I made this little video. Jack the Rippler posts my video. As you can see, it has my logo at the end, and he gets 109,000 views. Doesn't tag me in it or anything. So, I don't know. I think the least he could do would be to follow me and at least tag me in it if he's going to use my content. And then on my channel, it has received almost 40,000 views. Why is it that sometimes when you're not even trying, you're just fooling around, that's when you see the most success? And then when you put your heart and soul into a video, like this one, or there's some others that I've put a lot of time and effort into, and then they don't do well at all. It's so funny how that works. We're just fooling around. Like, I'm just going to take a video that really looks like the CEO of BlackRock. Here we go. And it's got combined almost 150,000 views. I'm not even monetized yet. I'm at 560 subscribers. Like I've told you, I enjoy doing this, whether I'm paid or not, but it'd be nice to be monetized. But anyway, just something funny. We have a new episode of Crypto Dating where I show people in 30 seconds that dating is harder for crypto bros. If you haven't watched it yet, go ahead and watch it. And please comment below and tell me what you think. It's pretty hard to argue with when you watch that footage. And the digital asset guy's excited about making more crypto dating content and doing some collaborations that are up and coming. This was a lot of fun at XRP convention. These were the sweetest, nicest girls. It's a lot of fun. Oh, and there is the one and only Bree Teresi. She is a class act. It was so much fun at XRP Vegas. Seriously, got right in front of David Schwartz. I was going to interview him on an episode of Crypto Dating. That would have been interesting as crap. And then this girl took him away, said it was time for him to eat lunch. But I'll bet you his answer would have been interesting. Okay, I'm trying to keep these videos shorter. So thank you so much for watching tonight. A lot of big stuff going on with the Clarity Act. We've got Kevin Warsh in there as the new Fed pro-crypto Fed chair. A lot of it entertaining, exciting things. Thank you so much for being with me. Please hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Please share this video with anyone. It's word-of-mouth referrals and direct shares that help me out the most and help the channel to grow. Nothing that I say is financial or investment advice, just my own personal thoughts, opinions, feelings, philosophies, things like that, just for educational and entertainment purposes only, and mainly just for fun. Thank you so much for watching. Digital Asset Guy out.